there are a lot of buffs in Guild Wars 2, and two of them right now are being used a lot. The Homestead one for resting, and the Arborstone and Wizard's Vault one for resting as well, and leaving your characters parked there while you're logging off. But they're actually different, and I didn't know this until today. So let's see which one you should be getting. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content, and let's get into it. So, if you don't know, guys, if you're in your homestead resting or just leaving your character or logging off and leaving your character right here, you'll get this little buff. Resting. You're resting in your homestead. If you rest for 4 hours, you'll become well rested and earn bonus experience. The amount of bonus experience depends on your homesteading mastery level. The same thing happens in Arborstone and on Wizard's Tower. And also, it happens if you're actually going to a little chair. You can just sit on a chair, and this will start giving you the rested buff. And the more you sit on it, the more of this buff you get. And also, if you're actually in Arborstone and Wizard's Tower, and you get this actual buff from them, if let's say that it has 3 minutes left, you can actually recover it and make it a whole duration again by resting in the chair for 5 minutes, which is very, very useful. Now, you can't do this in the Homestead one, actually, so that is very important to note. But what do they do? And how do you get them? First of all, in order to actually start getting these buffs, you're gonna need masteries. For the one in homesteading, you're gonna want to get until here, Apprentice, Handworker, Crafting, and Homestead Expansion. And this will give you the maximum high tier of resting bonus. For Secrets of the Obscure, you only need Astral Amenities, and you'll be able to get this buff from the Wizard's Vault. And in the End of Dragons, you just have to get Arborstone Revitalization to the Globalization level, and you're gonna get the max amount of buffs from Arborstone. But they do different things. They both give you experience, but they do a little bit of a little thing here. So the resting buff here, incredibly well rested from Globalization and Astral Amenities, will give you 25% experience. Just that. This applies for open world. It does not apply for PvP in War vs. World. Only applies for open world experience, which is very, very useful. And especially for me, that I need a lot of spirit shards, it is very, very good to have this. And if you're actually going for leveling up masteries and stuff like this, it is also very, very, very good. But as you can see here on the bottom, the highly well rested in a comfy home gives you instead 20% experience, less than the one in incredibly well rested, but it gives you 8% PP and 8% War vs. World reward track progress. So you're sacrificing a little bit of PvE experience for a little bit of PvP and War vs. World reward track progress. So if you do PvP and War vs. World, I would heavily recommend to just sit on your homestead and leave your characters there, or at least leave the characters that you do War vs. World and PvP with on your homestead. And the rest that you do PvE with, leave them in your Arborstone or in Wizard's Tower. That is probably the best way to do it. Now, there's a little bit of a caveat here, because for some reason, they don't really, you can't really stack them, but you also cannot replace them in a very specific way. For example, if you have a Homestead Rest active, so you have the Homestead buff, like from here, and you pack your character for 4 hours in Arborstone or Wizard's Tower, it will actually get replaced, and you will get the Arborstone or Astral World one instead. You'll lose the one that you have here, the one from the Homestead. But if you do the other way around, if you have the Arborstone and Wizard's Tower buff, and then you come to your homestead and you sit here, it will not get replaced. So this means that the Wizard's Vault and Astral World one has a bit of a priority over the homestead one, right? And it is important to say, as I said before, that the chair rest will not replace the homestead rest either, and it will not replenish it as well. So the chair rest will only be used for Wizard's Tower and an Arborstone buff. And honestly, that's the kind of interactions they have. They're a bit weird, but honestly, they're pretty good buffs. I would heavily recommend to always leave all your characters in your homestead or Wizard's Tower or the Arborstone. There's no reason not to use this experience buff. You know, maybe you have a lot of spirit shards right now, but eventually you will start needing them, and might as well start working on that now by just leaving these characters in there. And honestly, also, if you leave them in your homestead, you're gonna see your little alts while you're here just chilling, which I think is very, very cute and very, very cool. So that is about it. And tell me what you guys think. Tell me if you're gonna use them, and tell me if you're not. Tell me it's too annoying to actually use them. And yeah, there you go. I mean, that's about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. Go to my Discord to check all of our events that we do on Guild Wars 2 every week. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye. Bye.